Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do my last Beebeecraft making, my recent unboxing, and if you missed that I'll have a link up there and you can go back and see what was in that unboxing. Today I'm working with these two products, and this is the Hexagon templates. They are made out of acrylic, and these embroidered ribbons, they're so pretty. Now all the links will be below for these products and for Beebeecraft, and pop down and check them out. And don't forget, at checkout you can get 10% off using my coupon code VELITA10. Alright, so let's get started. Now I'll put all these ribbons aside because we'll need them a bit later. I'm going to work with these templates. It's a bit hard to see them on camera because they're clear. I've taken all the protective film off it. Okay, today I'll be working with the 5-inch Hexagon and the 3-inch. So I'll put these other ones aside, and you can see they've got the markings on them, how many inches they are, because today I'm going to make a mug slash cookie cozy. And first off I want to cut, I've got my rotary cutter and I'm going to cut a 4-inch. I think it'll be easier to cut it with this 4-inch one because that fits inside there. I'm going to cut a piece of felt, and all you do is put it in next to that. Right, so I've cut a 4-inch hexagon. That will be my middle layer. Okay, I'll put this 4-inch one out of the way. Now I want to cut one piece of the 5-inch. Okay, you've got 5-inch written there. So I have got some pink fabric, just some pink cotton. And I buy all my fabric from the op shop unless it's something very specific. I think it's great to reuse. And you know, when you get pieces like this that are brand new from the op shop, why not? Right, that one's cut. Alright, I've got my piece of retro fabric and I want to cut a 4-inch one out of this as well. Okay, the same size as the felt, and I want to just put that on my fabric where I can see the nicest part of all those pretty flowers. Right, so we have, this is going to be the base. So we have that like that. We're going to put our 5-inch one back on so we can find the center, and then lay that on here where our center is. I'm going to put this one on top of that. Okay, then take our template off and you have the center of your hexagon. Now I want to put a few pins in that. Just go through all layers. Okay, we'll set this one aside. I'm going to cut another piece out, and that is going to be a pocket, and I'll cut it out of, pick a nice little part of the pattern again. Right, we've got our little 3-inch piece here too. Now our 3-inch piece I am going to fold over in half, and that then is going to sit at the base of our hexagon here. This is going to be a pocket, okay? Right, so I'm going to probably just iron this, and we'll put a pin in it. Right, so all our pieces are prepped here now, ready for sewing. And I'll set the sewing machine up and we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is work on this little pocket. Now I've picked some of my embroidery ribbon here, and I'm going to choose the yellow one just so it reflects the middle of those flowers there. Now I'm only going to cut off what I need, just a little bit past what I need, and I'm going to sew this onto the very top of my pocket. Now I might even pin it just so that we get it straight. Okay, and we're going to put our sewing machine on just a straight stitch, and I am going to probably sew both sides of that just so it will stay down flat. Okay, and then I'm going to go back the other way, just so I sew down both parts of that, both sides of that embroidery ribbon. Now I'm no expert sewer as well on the sewing machine. I'm a beginner at sewing machines. All I've done is I've made my dogs jumpers and puppets in the past, so I'm no expert. I just love having a go. Now I'm going to cut off this edge. I'll cut it all off obviously, but actually I'll cut off both edges. Well, this is all trial and error for me. Right, I've got my pocket with my little embroidered trim on it, and it looks beautiful. Okay, I need to take this off, even though I pinned that on. I need to take it off here because we need to sew our little pocket down, which I forgot all about. Okay, let's put the pin back in. Take it off that backing layer. Okay, and I'm just going to pin it onto the main part there. Okay, so we've got it just on this section, not the backing, because we need to sew this part of the pocket down. I'm going to put that on number 11, which is like a blanket stitch. So right, and I'm just, if you're not familiar with some of the patterns on your sewing machine, just have a little practice. This is some of the practice ones I did. I love this one, love it. So I'll just have a little practice and see how that turns out, and see where I've got to place my needle. Love the little blanket stitch. So I'm going to bring my pattern in, and I just want to sew down this edge. Like I said, I just want to close that off. So I'm just going to put it right on the edge of the fabric. like this, and go right to that side, right up this side of it. Okay, so I have my little pocket sewn on with some blanket stitch. Doesn't that look cute? Alright, now what you need to do is put this back on. So you can lay the your template back on, just to find that middle. Get that all nice and centered and take off the template, and then pin them all back together. Alright, so it's all pinned back together, and this is what you have. Now, to finish this off, what I'm going to do, let's move this over a little bit so I can show you properly. I'm going to fold that once and then fold it again. Okay, and I might even put a pin in like that. So if I fold it once, and if you want, you could just iron it, but I'm not going to bother ironing it. So hang on, you fold it once. I do have one of these little just seam presses. You could do that because cotton folds nicely. Put a little fold in it like that. Okay, and then you fold it over again, so this raw edge then gets all enclosed into our hexagon. Okay, so then you're going to come to the edge here. You also go along it with your little seam presser if it makes it easier, or iron it. Okay, we're going to fold over that as well, get a nice little corner down there. Okay, now I'm going to go over to the sewing machine and I'm going to pick a stitch. I was looking at these stitches wondering which one would look pretty, and I think I really like this, but I might just pick the blanket stitch, or this one. I think we might pick this feather stitch. I think that's what it's called, and it's number 17. Okay, this is how my little mug rug cookie cozy turned out. Isn't it cool? I love it. It fits my little sugar-free cookies in there, and fits a nice cup of tea on that. I'll pop them in there. Alright, we're going to go on to another little project to do with these. Okay, I've got my little ribbon crimps, and I'm going to get a few of them out. Just the smallest size, I think, would be best for this. I'm pretty sure I got these from Beebeecraft a long time ago too. I've got my flat pliers, and I'm just going to pick a colour of ribbon. What colour? Alright, I want to do this colour because I want to put it on something later. I'm just going to cut a little length off that. Can be whatever length you want it to be. And I'm going to put one of these little ribbon clips on the end. This is where you need 3 hands. And just make sure that's on straight. Give that a good crimp down. And I'm going to put it on the other end as well. Notice I didn't cut the other end. That one went on a tad crooked, but it's okay. Actually, they both went on a little bit crooked, didn't they? There we go. Right, and I'm going to use these to put on a dangle on a junk journal. So I'm just going to make a couple of them. So there's some of my little dangly things, and I'll add beads to them. Some beads and a little clasp up the top, and they will go on a junk journal. So that's another cute little thing you can do with these embroidered ribbons. They're just so pretty. Alright, now I've got one more thing. I've got some of my coffee dyed paper, and I have, this is a shopping bag, a paper shopping bag, and I've taken it all apart, taken the handles off, I folded it in half and glued it, and I want to use the 5-inch template on here to make a little junk journal. Alright, so I'm just going to bring my cutting mat back in. And you could use, I guess, a scalpel with it, like that, or you could just trace it. Where's my pencil? And I want to make a little hexagon shaped junk journal. Okay, so that's the 5-inch, and with my scissors. And then what I'm going to do with the paper, because it doesn't, you can't fold it in half, otherwise it will be a weird sort of shape paper. Okay, what I've done with the 5-inch template is I have folded the paper so that it fits here on the fold and here on the raw edge. Okay, so I'll show you how I did that. And it's just going to give me a better size paper. Like, I didn't want, if I folded it in half and went like that, you're going to have some of it missing, because there's the template. Okay, so what I did was push that up against this inside edge of the 5-inch template. Okay, and then fold it on this other inside edge. Okay, line up your bottom pieces, and then when you have a look, okay, the fold's going to be on that inside edge and the raw is going to be on that inside edge, and that's the size I want to do all my papers. Now what I'm going to do then, you could come in with your scalpel this time, just hold it on there, or you could just mark it with a pencil and cut it. Okay, and they are going to be my papers for this junk journal. Okay, now to get past this edge that's not, see, these are going to go inside, and to get past this edge that hasn't got anything on, all I'm going to do then is just use some of my decorative papers to then add to that shape. I'm just going to stick it on there and just trim that up. Okay, and they'll be my papers then for this junk journal. For this, so I've got decorative pages and plain pages, and I'll put all them together in just different order, and they will go inside this junk journal cover. Okay, now what I want to do to the cover of this is bring my stitching in that I did. Isn't it gorgeous? Now I want to cut that down so that it fits inside of this. Now this is my paint and stitch, and I'll have a link up here if you missed those videos. And I'm just going to cut that. Now on this one, I want to mark with my disappearing pen where the hem is going to go. So you've got these little holes in the acrylic template, and that will show you the corners of your seam allowance. Okay, and then you could go ahead if you want to and rule them, just to give yourself a good guide to where they are. Okay, so when I put it on my junk journal, I am going to hem it, okay, and put it on there and sew it around. I'll either hem it there, or I will maybe put some bias binding around it, something like that. Okay, so I'm not going to finish this one on this video. I'm just giving you some ideas of what you can do with these templates, and I like the idea of crossing over and using them for sewing, plus using them on my junk journaling. Alright, so that's just a little look at what you can do with these Hexagon sewing templates. They are acrylic and they're clear. They've got the inch marks written on here, so there's 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 inch. These are all the embroidery ribbons, which are just gorgeous, and I've used them today on my little pocket, and to make some little dangles I'll add beads to those. I've used the Hexagon templates to make a mug rug slash cookie cozy, and I just love this. This will just be so good on my craft desk. I've also used it to cut out the potential of a junk journal, and also some of my stitching over here. I'll come back and I'll do this one in a separate video, but for today's purpose I'm just doing this for Beebeecraft to showcase their products for you. So the products that you see today, the templates and all the embroidered ribbon trim, will be in the links below. Also the links to Beebeecraft and all the products they have there are all down below. And I hope you've enjoyed watching this today and you've got some ideas on how you can use it for your crafting. Now, I just remember I'm a beginner with the sewing machine, especially this new one. My husband bought it for me and I just love all the stitches that it can do. This didn't come out perfect, but that does not bother me in the least. I've got my mug slash cookie cozy here now, and I hope you've enjoyed that. Alright, I'll see you soon for a new video, new make. In the meantime, take care and bye for now.